Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Charles in Charge Cowboys Sports Report. It is Friday, day after Thanksgiving, about 8:50 Central Time, my time. I know I said I was going to go live last night after my knee-jerk post-game reaction show, but by the time I got home, man, I would just be getting up at 4:30 to go to Thanksgiving Day Parade and all that rigmarole. Got some interesting topics I'm fired to get into. It ain't gonna be long. I'm gonna try to keep these videos 20 to 25 minutes long. I see Cowboys fan talk not run 40, 50 minutes. Maybe that's too long-winded. If you're watching this episode, guys, you ain't subscribed, please hit that red subscribe button. It's free. It costs you nothing. I implore you, hit that subscribe. It's a free investment on your part, because I guarantee you, soon enough here, this show will be a show you look forward to watching. Like you do Mike Fisher or Law Nation or whatnot. I've got the insight. I've got the experience. I've got the years. My first game was Super Bowl 28 against Buffalo with this team. I was 5 years old. Ever since that night, my blood changed to blue and silver. Don't know why. There's no rhyme or reason. Just happened. And like Mike Fisher says, that like button helps beat the algorithms, helps YouTube know that we're doing something here in Cowboys Nation, and blah, blah, blah. Helps get the video viewed more, basically. First goal is to get to 500 subs. I'm at 360. 140 more. I'm at 500. Then my next will be 1,000. When I hit 1,000, I guarantee you this channel will take off like a rocket. I'm going to get a microphone here in the next week or so. But I'll be able to start putting back into it with studio equipment. Sound bites. I got the computer today for filming graphics. I'm going to set it up later tonight or tomorrow. And a call-in line. So when the show gets big enough and I can have consistent live shows, because I just tried to do a live show. Nobody in the crowd. When you have a small channel, it's hard to do a live show, but when it gets bigger and I'm able to do live shows, a call-in line will be there like Law Nation has. He's the one that inspired me to start my own channel. I love watching the show. I love calling in. I didn't know how easy it was to start your own channel, or else I'd have done it 10 years ago, literally. Shoot, if I started this 10 years ago, I'd be set by now. And last thing, I see smaller content creators like iPhones or tablets or whatnot. Right now it's my Galaxy and I. With my computer, I'll be able to edit whatnot and figure stuff out, and the show will enhance with just that Black Friday laptop that I got. But they just have their Cash App name on the bottom of their screen. They haven't hit 500 subs yet. My Cash App name's in my chat. If people start to donate seriously, we only have 6 regular season games left. It's just going to go down to one prize now. It was 3 prizes, just one. People start to seriously donate. Help me build this channel. Get to 500. The top donator will get playoff tickets. Playoff tickets. Maximum 3 persons. 50-yard line medium deck. The first round that we play in. Hopefully that's the second round. That means that we get the 1 seed. But if it's a wild card, then I'll supply the tickets. You supply your way to New Orleans. Man, yesterday's game against Washington. 23-10 early in the fourth quarter. If y'all saw my pregame show, I predicted 35-10 or 42-10. And the reason why I had those 2 scores is I figured the offense would score 5 touchdowns. I didn't see us allowing more than 10 points. I figured the offense would score 5 touchdowns. But I said it could be 42-10 because our defense could take one back. And if we do, it's going to be 26. Just the way Sam Howell slings the ball around, I had a feeling Blaine was going to jump a route and take back his 5th of the season, and he did. And we had a Brandon Aubrey field goal in the middle of all that. So my 35 to 42 to 10 prediction was pretty close, but better than I thought. 45 to 10. When I was watching Mike Fisher earlier, I put in the chat a couple times, if he's in the 34 years of him covering this team, has he ever seen a Cowboys team have this many blowouts in a season? Because I have not. My first game was Super Bowl 28. That was the 93 season, basically. That was early 94, my first game. So I've been watching since the 94 season on. Even the 94-95 season, I didn't see blowouts like this. The 07 season, I didn't see blowouts like this. The 2014 season, I didn't see blowouts like this. I mean, out of the five of the 11 games, we've scored 40 or more points. 8 of the 11, 30 or more. The 3 that we didn't score 30 or more, you can guess, are the losses. 16 against Arizona, 10 against San Fran, 23 against Philly. We get that last touchdown in like we're supposed to. Then we hit 30 against Philly. Probably go for 2, make it 31. But no matter who you're playing, because Washington, game 1 took Philly into overtime, and then game 2 took them down to the wire. You know what I mean? So, I mean, Washington can play ball. They are 4-8, yes. They did lose to the Giants, yes. But they showed that they can play toe-to-toe with the best team in the league. As people say, Philly is at 9-1. They're the worst 9-1 team I've seen in a long time. They remind me of the 2020 11-0 Steelers. That's who this year's Eagles team reminds me of. I mean, we've got blowouts of 40-0, 30-10, 38-3. Only close game was against Chargers 2017. Then we got 43-20, 49-17, 33-10, 45-10. I've never seen that many blowouts in one season. Not even close. I mean, in 2021, we beat Atlanta 43-3, and we went berserk over that. That was after the Denver loss. We went berserk over that like we won the damn Super Bowl. Because we haven't beat down a team like that in so long. Pardon me for that. Tourette's trying to hold it under control. But if y'all remember that 2021 season, Denver has us down 30-0. We come back with 16 trash points. The next week we beat Atlanta 43-3. Right before we go to Kansas City and at home against the Raiders and lose back-to-back games. But we were so excited about beating Atlanta 43-3 because we were not accustomed to beating teams like that. This season, it's become a regular. Starting week 1. On the road. 4 games in 18 days is what we get every season now. And it's the hardest stretch of the season because not a lot of prep time or rest time in between those games. That's an average of 4.5 days in between games. And we are that close to going 4-0 in that stretch. Giants got waxed. Went to Carolina, beat them. 4 days later, route Washington. Now we have a full week to get ready for Seattle, who is 6-5, who is a winning team. It'll be our 3rd team with a winning record that we have played this year. Now, when we wax Seattle on Thursday night, you're going to say, well, that was Seattle. They're 6-5. They're starting to fall off now. You know, now they're 6-6. I want to see you beat Philadelphia. And then week 14, when Philly comes into Dallas and we handle Philly, then it's going to be, Jalen Hurts isn't as healthy as Dak Prescott. That knee's still bothering them. They ain't got Dallas Goedert. They're going to move the goalposts left, right, up, and down everywhere they can. We've won, the last 13 in a row at home? We were counting on Kansas City to beat Philadelphia. It didn't happen. We were figuring they would beat Buffalo. But then Buffalo fires Ken Dorsey. Josh Allen felt personally responsible for that. So last week, they go to a good Jets defense. This Jets defense is good. Top 3, top 5. Put up 30-some points. Josh Allen playing like his hair's on fire. Right now, Buffalo is 6-5. Right now, they are 8th in the conference. If the season were to end today, they would not be in the playoffs. So they are fighting and clawing to get into the wild card, seeding, and then go for Miami for the division late in the season. So you best believe they're going to come in to Lincoln Financial Field. That offense, it's an erratic team, but very explosive when they want to be. And with that Philly secondary that is very porous, Josh Allen can throw a 400-yard, 4-touchdown day. Easy. With his weapons, with, Diggs, Davis, Knox, Kincaid, and whatnot. And that Buffalo defense is just good enough to limit Philly to 21, 28 points. Buffalo can put up 35-40 on them. Because even with Kevin Byard, even though he got the interception against Mahomes threw a very bad ball. Byard was there to get it. Credit to him. But if Buffalo on Sunday can beat Philadelphia, that'll basically flip-flop the Kansas City loss. We expected Kansas City to win, Buffalo to lose. So Buffalo wins, it's kind of like no harm, no foul. Then we handle business against Seattle. We'll play Seattle before they play. No, they play Buffalo. They lose against Buffalo like we hoped, and they go to 9-2. Then we'll have Seattle Thursday night. If we take care of our business, take them out at home, we'll go to 9-3, and then we'll be able to sit back on Sunday and watch San Fran go into Philly and want to do a demolition job. San Fran has 10 days to prepare for the Eagles game. They've got 10 days to prepare. Kyle Shanahan will come in with a hell of a game plan. And I know they got Mailata, they got Lane Johnson, That Chase Young, Nick Bosa combo ain't no joke. And damn it, Randy Gregory wants to start to get his act together and play football now. He's looking very serviceable for San Fran. Look at San Fran's starting defensive line. You got Chase Young, Javon Hargrave, who's that? Eric Armstead, Nick Bosa, Randy Gregory, Solomon Thomas. What's the other defensive tackle's name? I said it, Armstead already. Somebody else, and then I forgot the other defensive end. Anyways, their defensive line is nuts, and their rotation is nuts. And behind them, they got Fred Warner and Greenlaw. Trey Greenlaw. Troy Polamalu Jr., who I call him their Samoan safety, he's out for the season. It's a big blow to the secondary. And that's where San Fran's weakness is. Their top corner is Chardavius Ward, who was like Kansas City's second corner at one time. So you got Chardavius Ward, Lenore. You can beat San Fran through the air. That's where you can beat them. But you got to be able to protect your quarterback to do that. Our offensive line is coming together at the perfect time now. Since the Eagles debacle, Terrence Steele has been looking better and better every week. It's a miracle he's able to even start this season. Lyle Collins had the exact same injury he did the exact same time last season. He hasn't even been medically cleared to play yet. Terrence Steele's out there getting it. Yesterday he was run blocking like he was last season. If by late December Terrence Steele's at 85-90% of what he was last year, and Tyron Smith is still what he is right now, healthy, that gives our offensive line a few months to gel, our starting five, and that'll be a top unit going into the playoffs. Talking offensive line. And we finally got smart. Put Tyron in bubble wrap. He don't need to practice. Wednesday, let him sit. Thursday, let him sit. Let him have a little light workout Friday, a walk through Saturday. Put him in pads on Sunday. He's good to go. And if Terrence Steele can continue to get better, especially at pass blocking, and not, be a turnstile like he was at Philly, then this offense is going to be very scary, especially now that McCarthy and Shoddy are figuring out how to get Brandon Cooks involved. Cooks ain't no bum, man. He's been a 1,000-yard receiver on 4 different teams, 5 different quarterbacks, been the number one everywhere he's went. So basically, we got a number 1A and a number 1B. First half of the season, number 1B wasn't being utilized. He got 170 against New York, and since then, he's starting to get involved now. That's scary for other teams. Jake Ferguson starting to emerge as a very good tight end. Peyton Hendershot will be playing against Seattle. Thank the Lord. So, Sean McEwen, or it's going to be McEwen going to the practice squad because Hendershot's second round pick. But Hendershot is better than both of them. He'll be back at tight end too. And our offensive line playing good. Tony Pollard and Rico Dowdle starting to look like a good 1-2 punch. We're starting to run the ball better, game by game. Kevontae Turpin is starting to really turn into an X-Factor weapon. Get him the ball in space. Let him beat the defense, whatever. And he's still a great return man. We have the best kicker in the league besides Justin Tucker as a rookie. He hasn't missed a field goal yet. Every week we're getting better since that San Fran blowout. And even during that Philly loss, I'm starting to see why the Cowboys were confident coming out of that game. Because they knew they outplayed them. They knew they should have won. They didn't. And all that matters is a W. They know that. But they knew going forward what they could be. And Romo, 3 or 4 times, kept mentioning, this is a Super Bowl caliber team right here. Look at the interior of this offensive line. Tyler Smith, it's a grown-ass man. Zach Martin is Zach Martin. And as Keyshawn Johnson calls him, Tyler Bigadash. In a contract year, trying to play the best that he can. Our interior is playing pretty good. Tackles are playing pretty good. Michael Gallup starting to get over that middle block. Starting to trust that knee a little bit more. And ever since that drop against Philly, and they benched him, he ain't dropped a ball since. And he's been making some pretty good catches and drawing some PI calls. And this is the best season that Dak Prescott has had. I know 2021 he had almost 5,000 yards passing. He was 1 yard shy of Romo's record. But that wasn't the same. Dak is playing well enough to be in the MVP conversation. And it's funny because, our defense is really good. We go into the season, Micah Parsons, we're expecting him to become Defensive Player of the Year this year. Year 3 is going to be it. Year 1, he was in second place. Last year, he was in second place. This is the year. Micah Parsons. He has 11.5 sacks so far. All of a sudden, second-year player Deron Bland It's starting to be heavy in the discussion now of DPOY. Wouldn't that be something if Deron Bland wins Defensive Player of the Year over Micah Parsons? After Deron Bland's third season, man, will he demand a contract or what? We got to pay Mike after this season. Diggs done got paid already. We got to pay Lamb. And if Diggs can come back from the injury 100%, then we got Bland and Diggs as bookend corners for like the next 10 years. Kind of like Miami had with Sam Madison and Patrick Surtain for all them years, or Philadelphia with Bobby Taylor and Troy Vincent for all them years. So Dak Prescott at the end of the season will get his extension. Put that in stone. Unless he shits the bed from here on out. Extending him plus the $20 million that we have right now. Extending him will open up a shit ton of money so we can sign everybody that we need to sign with no problem. Parsons and Lamb will be signed after this season. 2 big deals, mega deals. And then the year after that, Deron Bland might want his bag, or he might wait till year 4. Osa in his 3rd or 4th year? Because if he gets a second contract, it'll be after his rookie contract is over with. Gallimore, after year 4, will be gone, I'm pretty sure. But the way this team is looking and get better every week, I don't see why we don't have as good a shot as anybody else to get to Vegas in January. Even if we got to do it on the road. But if Buffalo upsets the Eagles on Sunday, if they upset the Eagles on Sunday, and the Eagles go to 9-2, and we're 8-3, only way we win the East is if we have a better record than Philly, because they have the tiebreakers. Better conference schedule, unless they just drop one against the Giants, San Fran, and us. Or Arizona. I mean, Philadelphia, besides 2 14-point wins, they won against Miami by 14. They beat another team by 14. They beat the Rams by 9. Other than that, all their other wins, their other 7 wins have been one-score wins. One-score wins. Looking like last year's Minnesota Vikings. So week 17, Arizona with Kyler Murray won in the year on a high note. I would be surprised if Arizona came into Philly and pulled an upset with, Mighty Mouse looking like he's looking, Hollywood Brown, and everybody they got. I mean, that is a very big possibility. Like it's a big possibility we lose at Buffalo and Miami. But I don't think we do. Call me biased, but from what I'm seeing from this team, even the Eagles lost at Philly, which is a tough place to play. Since week 5, we have 1 loss. We do our season in trimesters. 6 games, 5 games, 6 games now since we have 17. First 6 games, 4-2. The middle 5 games, 4-1. I believe the last 6 games, I believe we can run the table. I'm saying that for real. We have 2 at home, 2 away, then at home and on the way. Away. Seattle at home, Philly at home, then at Buffalo, at Miami, home against Detroit, then at Washington. And if the Eagles stumble a few, like the 2020 Steelers did, when they were winning games by 1 score, and at Week 18 at Washington is a win, and You get the number 2 and number 1 seed. You win the division, basically. That'd be huge. Because if we can play these playoff games from home, at least the first 2, I mean, like I said, 29-point differential when playing at home. We have not trailed for a second when playing at home. Our stat lines this season are just unfreaking real. We have the second best scoring offense in the NFL, right behind Miami. We have the third or fourth best scoring defense in the NFL right now. It looks like Kellen Moore wasn't the puppet master after all. He wasn't the mastermind after all. Mike McCarthy is starting to call these games better than Kellen Moore was last 2 seasons. After week 5, they changed it up. Stopped calling plays scared. Stopped coaching not to lose. Starting to coach to win. And ever since that Niners game was a blessing in disguise. It was a 42-10 beatdown, yeah. But if we play San Fran again, even if it's in Candlestick, or it's not Candlestick anymore, even if it's in the Bay Area, I don't think it's a blowout. I think it's a tight game. And Dak is going to be ready against whoever lines up across from him, whether it's Hurts, Purdy, Goff, Geno Smith, Josh Allen, Tua Tagovailoa, I like to say his last name, Tua Tagovailoa, Sam Howell again. It don't matter. It don't matter who lines up against him. He is supremely confident this season. You can see it. And it looks like he's starting to make that jump from a good quarterback to a quarterback that didn't get over that hump. Hell, it took Peyton Manning till his 9th season to do it. Peyton Manning had 3 playoff wins in his first 8 seasons. Narrative on him was he could get it done in the regular season, put up 1,000,000 points, but in January, he just ain't got it. Until season number 9. This is Dak's 8th season. And I think, especially if the offensive line can play superb and our defense can play lights out, Deron Bland and Gilmore can play shutdown on the outside. J. Lou play good in the slot. If it gets to the point where J. Lou's getting beat in the slot because they're putting A.J. Brown or Deebo Samuel in the slot, that's where Deron Bland is so good, because Deron Bland can follow the team's number 1 into the slot and play just as good as he can play outside. He's another X Factor weapon, like Micah Parsons is on that defense. A lot of football left to play, guys. But this Saturday is going to be big. Detroit fell against Green Bay. Who saw that coming? Buffalo's going to come into Philadelphia at 3:25 Central Time, my time. They're going to be hungry for a W to get back in that playoff conversation, to get back in the 7th or 6th seed. And Josh Allen's going to come out with his hair lit on fire. And they've got the team to beat the Eagles. They match up very well against Philly. Very well. So we shall see what happens this weekend, guys. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy your Friday night. What's left of it. Enjoy tomorrow, guys. And I'll see y'all Sunday. Please subscribe, like, and share. I cannot reiterate that enough. Every subscriber counts, guys. Help me to get to 500. I can't get there without your support. My brothers and sisters that bleed blue and silver like me, collectively as a family, help me get to where I got to get to. I put in a lot of work on this, as y'all know. Keep God first and foremost. He comes before everything, even this. Seek Him in His righteousness, and all these other things in your life will come into place. I am living testimony of that. I'm ended on that note, guys. I'll catch y'all soon in a day or two. Sunday. Charles in Charge is out. Maybe tomorrow if something happens, or, we ink Mr. Leonard. Darius Leonard. Right there. could be the missing piece to the Super Bowl run. He's not going to be covering tight ends anymore, but he is still a hell of a good run-stopping linebacker. That's what we need, a linebacker who stop the run and force the offense into passing situations with our pass rush. All right, guys, catch you on the flip side. Charles and Charges out.